All right, so we continue. Question number 6, greatest common factor. Now we see that a difference between what we have now with what we are doing already. So in this case, we have 4a parentheses, that means times a plus 5b plus 3 parentheses a plus 5b. So what's really happening here? We're still talking about greatest common factor. Okay, now the question is, what do you have in common for those two expressions? So this one is one expression plus another one. So what do we have in common for these two? Is what we have inside the parentheses. So we have a plus 5b here, we have a plus 5b there. So because we have both of them are a plus 5b, so these are the greatest common factors that we have. So what we're going to do, we're going to collect our greatest common factor, meaning we're going to pull out the greatest common factor. So it's going to be a plus 5b, which is the greatest common factor. So the greatest common factor shouldn't just be one term. So it can be, the collection of two terms. So that means a plus 5b. And now, how do we solve the rest of it? Is because when I pull this out, what is left? I have 4a left from the first expression. And then when I pull out a plus 5b, what is left? Plus 3 is left. So I end up with a plus 5b times 4a plus 3, which is just my final answer here. A lot of times you will have this problem. Sometimes people will have it on exams and they will be overthinking it, okay, thinking that, oh, I have to do something. Maybe I have to multiply to get rid of the parentheses, to break it down and all of that. No, it's going to be a big mistake. Simple as that. The question is, you got to factor using greatest common factor, or sometimes they wouldn't even tell you using the greatest common factor. Is for you to decide to say it. Oh, I have a plus 5b in common that I have to pull out, and then whatever left in front of the parentheses, you put them together. That's it. Question number 7. All right, so we have 2x times y minus 3z minus y minus 3z over here as well. So what do we have in common here? Okay, so even here we have different variables. We have x, we have y, we have z. So it doesn't really matter. What matters is, what am I asked to do? That's what matters. So now, what do I have in common here? I have these two in common. So that would be y minus 3z in common. And whatever you have left in front of the parentheses, you pick them and then you put them together. So what do I have left in the parentheses here? In front of the parentheses here is 2x. And what do I have in front of the parentheses here, ladies and gentlemen? It's nothing but what? A 1. That'll be minus 1. You have to pick that one. The common mistake that a lot of people make is this. To look at this one, they collect the y minus 3z, then they collect the 2, and then they forget that there is a 1 there. They just say, well, there's nothing there, so I don't need to put anything there. No, that would be wrong. So you end up with y minus 3z times 2x minus 1, which is going to be your final answer here.